Max Fisher here from A Better Universe, guys. What's going on? It's Motivation Monday, so we're going to try and get you amped up and going. But today it's a little different. All right, I want to talk about the emotions behind motivation and the things that I want to give you a little bit of insight into what's going on. Now, I just read an article, and they had some amazing research that they've done. The scientists have done to prove that human emotion not only changes your perception, but actually changes reality. This is pretty big shit, guys. I mean, listen in if you're unaware of this. I post the link and on my Facebook page and in the feed and everything, so check this link out. I'll post it in the bottom of the video too. Scientists conducted this research where they took human DNA, put it in a contained unit, and had a test subject, a human, fed emotional stimulus, pictures, videos, all this kind of stuff, and they found that when the DNA was near the subject that was having these emotional responses, that the positive emotions made the DNA more, it made the spirals open up, become more elastic, more, when it opens up, they become more pliable and shapeable. It means that you have more openness to changing your genetic structure. And when they were negative, the coils actually compressed on itself, which defies the conventional laws of physics. Your emotions themselves are more powerful than anybody can ever imagine. The second experiment that they did was that they took human DNA from the test subject and to measure the electrical charges in the DNA. The test subject was fed the same emotional stimulus and responses. This is a completely different scientific study that researchers have done separate from the first one, but they still fed them the same emotional stimulus, negative and positive emotions. They found that no matter what, no matter how far away, up to 50 miles they tested it, and then they stopped. They figured we've tested it far enough, that the emotional stimulus, the electrical charge in the human body, and the DNA that they had taken from the human body, they were in sync. The electrical charges spiked, it peaked and troughed at the same exact time. No lag time, no transmission time, no matter how far away that they put the test subject away from the DNA, the encapsulated DNA. This means that your human emotion can affect your DNA beyond space and time. If there's no lag time between the space and the mass that's set there, you have this telepathic communication with your DNA, even if it's taken away from you. How crazy is that? Like, think about this. When you put your sweat, blood, and tears into things, you're leaving your DNA, you're leaving part of your emotional structure on the ground to affect things around you forever. Like, if that's part of you, no matter what you're feeling, whenever you're feeling it, it's affecting the outside world, it's affecting reality, it's affecting whatever you've touched, whatever you've become a part of, whatever you've put energy towards. That's why it's so important to always be positive, always have that inner vibration of doing good and appreciation. And you don't want to dwell on your negativity, because you'll just manifest more of it into this world. This universal consciousness is what's affecting our weather and the wars and the violence and all that. If you guys focus on this negativity, it's just not going to make you sad and unhappy. It's going to make the whole world unhappy. It's going to bring bad things upon us. Guys, your emotions are some of the most powerful things in this world, and the only way that you can use them is associating them through your logical thought. Now, if you use your logical thought to replay a past event that's happened once, and you replay it 600-700 times in the next year, what damage are you doing inside? If it doesn't make you feel good, what emotional damage are you doing inside, not to mention on the world, from what you've touched and what you put yourself towards? All right, let's move on. The third experiment that they did was they put the DNA inside of the electrically charged DNA of from the emotions. They put that into a vacuum with light protons. Now, typically light protons are scattered and unpredictable. They have infinite possibility, so to speak. But when the DNA was put in there, the light protons took on the structure and shape of the DNA. The probability was wiped away and a certainty was formed. That's the power that your emotions have. If you put this emotion towards something, it affects your DNA and it brings the probability of the thing that you're asking for. So think about this. If you're being negative, if you're pissed off, if you're whatever, all you're doing is creating more of that. You're just bringing more of that into manifestation. You're taking the probability of good things happening for you and bringing that negative energy in. That's huge, guys. That's huge. Like, when I read this article, to have scientific proof of this kind of stuff, like, they've done the research, that our emotions and stuff like that can affect water, and our body's 72% water. But to have this proof that it changes you on a genetic level, it affects your genetic structure, no matter, even if part of your DNA is taken away from you, or you, like, right there. I know it's a weird example, but that spit right there has a part of me in it, a part of my DNA, a part of me that no matter how far away I go, the experiment did up to 50 miles. I don't know how much further it would take to disconnect you from that, but think about it. For right now, for practical purposes, I could be 50 miles away thinking positive things, and when you refreeze this piece of spit, it's going to turn into beautiful crystalline structures. And if I'm thinking negative things, 50 miles away, and you freeze this piece of spit, it's going to turn into deformed blobs and black spots and all kinds of stuff. So I'm trying to get across the point of your energy. Like, we talk about the mind, the body a lot. I talk about that a lot. It's more in my understanding of, how to take control of that. The energy is something that I'm working on. It's another aspect that I'm not totally familiar with, but I've become aware of it, and I'm doing the, right things to enhance my perception to it. But a lot of people can't get on board with it. It's not within their idea and realms of reality of what is possible. This energy that you have, that we call emotions, that we link to certain things, logical thought processes and experiences, is way bigger and more powerful than what we currently know. So keep that in mind and just remember that today. If you're getting angry, if you're getting upset, if you're getting whatever, you need to just take back control and say, whoa, 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 hey, this could, this could seriously negatively affect who I am and what my outcome is going to be later in life. This year, this week, this month, who knows how fast that shit turns over, how fast you really manifest things at the intensity that you're thinking of them. So keep that in mind. And when you're feeling down, when you're feeling unmotivated, when you're feeling whatever, find something. I don't even care what it is. Find something to get you. You know what? Actually, I do care what it is, because there's that certain. I want to touch base on this. This was a thought that I had that I wanted to make sure I relayed to you guys. Is when you guys have this motivation of, I'm going to show them, or I'm going to get to the top, prove these people wrong, and stuff like that. That negative motivation is not the shit you want. You want that, it has to be positive and uplifting. Otherwise, you're doing damage to the system, and you're creating outcomes that, you might get to your end outcome, but the way how you get there might not be that joyful, because you've created so much negative energy through it. So be positive, guys. If you have to, whatever it is, find that positive motivation, all right? Find whatever it is that positively motivates you, not negative shit like to prove them wrong. It's to help these other people. Think about it like that, guys. Think about align your goals in love. That was something Susan Reed, I think her name is. I do believe she has this magnificent, I guess it would be like an acronym for magical. but it's make all my goals manifest magical. Make all goals, manifest all goals in line with love. That is like the perfect way to explain it, guys. I mean, if you just align all your goals in love, like you are literally creating such a crazy energy in your body to manifest things in a positive way and to get what you want and to help people and to change this world for a better place. So keep that in mind. Keep that positive motivation, whatever it is, that vision of helping people, you know, that vision of making money so you can better support your family, your kids, and grow your idea and business. That's what I want for you guys on this Motivation Monday. I'm sorry if I didn't, get right down to the core deep of the motivation and fucking give you those words, those Greg Plitt words, or, that Les Brown, edge to get you going in the morning. But the emotions behind your motivation are extremely important in how your life is going to play out to get to your goals. Keep that in mind. I hope you guys read this article. I hope it has some kind of impact on you, and I hope it turns your day around. And I hope when you're feeling a little low, feeling a little unhappy, feeling this or that, you take some perspective on how you're feeling and look inside and try and retune a little. All right, so this is Max from Better Universe, your mind, body, spirit connection. See you on Wednesday, guys.